Start swing trading daily and weekly charts, bullish and bearish breaks. Probably still don't have a whole lot here worth very interesting to look at. We do have some stocks moving on their own, and we do have definitely consolidation. So when we start to get some of these bull or bear breaks, we may finally find some decent trades. The market still just kind of going sideways, staying in this range. Tested pretty close to the 200 day today. Didn't get all the way down there. We may test that yet. Apple had great earnings. Maybe they'll get the market and that sector kind of going again. So maybe it'll help turn the markets back up tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel while you're here. Follow us on Twitter at Daytrader Setups and on StockTwits as well at Daytrader Setups. And you'll see this red subscribe button 9 minutes from the end of the video. From that point on is a tutorial that explains the recap grids and some about our chart. So when we show a chart, you'll understand what we're talking about. Other than that, if you understand it all, you don't need to watch the last 9 minutes. We'll take a look at the markets first. This is the Dow going all the way back to the highs and in January across these peaks on this last time we tried to run up. I've left this line on here, and I like how we kind of near double bottom right in here, and we also closed above that line. So I like the way that reacted. Looking over at the SPY, we're still just staying in this little wedge area here between the 50 day and the 200 day, and probably will continue to. Although a couple of big days could get us back up above the 50, and then we'll start worrying about this overhead trend line at that time. Here's your S&P 500. We did visit the most recent trend line of this low, and we actually tested that, pinned it, and held it. That's good. So now we got ourselves into this wedge, and we can work our way over. We could actually be unbelievable, but we could actually gap above the 50 day and come back and test it and hold it. When we do get above it, we do definitely need to hold it and need to hold this overhead trend line. So we'll probably continue up and through here. We're probably, the first time we go up here and visit these areas, we're probably going to pull back and continue to consolidate sideways, which is good. If we can consolidate sideways for 5 or 6 days and then come out of this like a slingshot, would be awesome. And we'll have a lot of stocks consolidating and give us some good bull breaks. Let's take a look at what we got on the breaks for now. A lot of these breaks may just be momentum and not consolidation. Remember, what we're really looking for on these stock alerts are the actual consolidation breaks. So look at your charts, take the symbols, and see if you can see consolidation. If you're breaking consolidation, you're probably getting upside momentum or downside. This is an example, SWK, of a stock that's on the weekly bear list. Moved in there today, but it's actually just momentum in this downward trend. So when you get that kind of movement into the bear, you may be finally reaching the lows here. This is about a 61.8 fib retracement on a bigger picture here. So that's what I mean by looking for consolidation. If you got consolidation and you got a bull break, then you're going up. If you've got a big sell-off like this and you've got a bear break, that's momentum, but it also may be finally, it's been hitting these bear breaks all the way down. It may be finally reaching a low here and looking for a place to reverse when it's in this kind of pattern that you find these. But here's your bears, weekly bears for the last 2 days. Today's Tuesday. We got 2 trading sessions here. These are your daily bears today. This is consolidation breaking down even lower on this particular stock. It does got some support down here. So look and see if you have consolidation on these stocks, and the ones that you do, they may be heading lower. Also look for things like, you see my pink lines and green lines, those are support resistance lines. They may be at support. A lot of times the stock will get a little momentum into a support line, turn around and bounce right off of it. So learn to use your support resistance, and look, we are looking for consolidation breaks. This would be the consolidation break back to the upside, back up here. That's what my little red and green lines mean. If you're new to our videos, you can go over the last minutes of each day's video as a tutorial on the charts. Look at your bull breaks list. You only got 3 for the week. And your daily bulls. Several big stocks that were moving today. And a pretty decent little rally from about 1:30 on. So a lot of stocks are moving on their own. And that's the thing to start looking at. I'm not so worried about the markets unless we break down below the 200 day, and then you probably don't want to be long anything. That don't mean we won't test it and hold it. Remember, just pause the video when you want to look at the list, and you can pull them up on your charts and see what you have. That's the purpose in the video. I can't go over all the stocks. It ends up taking an hour-long video, and we're trying to keep this about 15 minutes, not counting the tutorial. Apologize for last night missing the video. I injured my shoulder about a week ago, and I am in unbelievable pain right now. I'm using this mouse, so if you hear me grunt, that's what's going on. Get over here and look at the recap for the last 5 days. This video is being brought to you by STS Pivot System Charting Package for day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts and scanners, trigger prices right on the charts, on the setups. We teach 2 trades long and 2 trades short. That's all. It's that simple. Just like you see on this chart, the trigger price for this trade was in the corner over here from this point on, with this price posted, not to take it up here, and it did not trigger, but it wasn't posted as a trigger anyway. Came back. This is a classic, beautiful setup. Breaks right here. 167.26 was our trigger price. And we developed these same lines where you can overlay them on your shorter term charts. This is a 2-minute. By not taking that trade early, when it went up here to 167.11, you avoided this 30-something minute pause here. It's not quite 30, about 15 minutes. This was a 60-something cent pullback by waiting on our trigger price to get in the trade here. And we were predicting that trigger price. This didn't go green until this happened. You have that up arrow where we're showing the price to go long at, and as soon as it triggers, it immediately gives a go short because it's so close to flipping back over. So that's exactly where it occurred, was right here. And that is how simple that package is to use. Trigger prices right on your charts. We've got a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. Once you get this set up, it's $69 a month. And we're extending as a courtesy, if you take this package, full access to the website, including the trade room if you want to come in and out of there as well. It's not part of the charting package, but it's an offer we're letting you come in if you want to. And I mentioned this in a video about a week ago that we were going to do this. Any previous member to Day Trader Setups from day one ever paid $1 to us, this $69 fee is waived. You can come in and try the 7-day trial, no outlay of cash whatsoever. If you decide you want to go with this package, then you can sign up. Be sure to watch your volumes on these stocks, especially if you're trying to day trade. They are really hard to get follow through on because of the lack of volume. I think you can just start watching your own stocks and trade them according to their price action, not worry so much about the market. I mentioned about a week ago, I don't remember if it was last Sunday night, a week ago, or a Monday, ABV on the breakout, that I looked for it to break. It was around $92 at the time. I actually said look for a pullback first, it would be even better. It did all that, broke out the $94 all the way to 102. I sold my options today. Hope somebody was able to follow through and get some of that. This is EW. It's one of my current option positions. So here's your bears the last 5 days. Yesterday, day before. We'll get these other two up here in a minute. You can see the ones that are still in the bear zone. They still got momentum to the downside. Even if they were green today, they might have just based for the day before they go down further. AGM went into that bear zone off of earnings. It beat earnings, so this may not go much further. It was a big ugly day down yesterday off of earnings, so you got to keep those kind of things in mind too. You get these slingshot moves off of earnings, give them a day or two, they may actually come back up and not continue down if they're on a bear, not continue up if they're on a bull. But here's your list. We'll slide this down. You can get a list of the whole list on this side, and then we'll move these up. Just pause the video. You can take a look at all the stocks that are on the list. And these bottom two are today, yesterday, day before, day before, day before. So it takes you back about 5 days. And then I quit tracking them. That's from the time they appeared on this list. We just keep following them. And you can see the ones that are still weak, still in the bear zone. And you can see as they start leveling out and so forth. Like I say, you want to pause your videos, look at your charts on the ones you're interested in. We're really looking, when we get this first break here, we're looking for a consolidation break. And then you'll most likely, most of the time, get a continuation. Now, this is not my trading system. My active trader setup trading package is run on NinjaTrader. It's a completely different set of charts. It finds the moves way sooner than the bull zone. It looks for reversals. It's a trend shift reversal program. If you like to take them toward the bottom, maybe not at the bottom, that's the package that you need to get involved with. And you can find out more about that over on our website. It's a subscription-based service. Puts the prices on the charts prior to the triggers. You may get a stock that runs for 4 hours for $6. You may get one that runs for 18 days off the same exact chart setup, depending on the ATR and what's driving that stock. It's all about price. But it does have the trigger prices on the charts before they trigger, and they stay there until it reverses in the other direction. Once they're triggered, they're posted on the chart, and that trigger stays on that chart for days on end. Take a look at the bulls, and maybe the market will get a turnaround here, especially with Apple trying to help us out. Today's bulls you already saw. This was the ones from yesterday. Only a couple of them kept going. Of course, I think this one was up on a buyout, so it's normal for those to pull back sometimes. Shop had a pretty bad day today. That's unusual. Ran into the 50-day yesterday. It's been moving pretty good some, so that's one to keep an eye on. It actually has consolidated, broke into the bull zone, gap down today. You want it to get back up here, the bull zone level on that stock, and it'll stay on here for 5 more days. It's right here on the chart, 128.64. That's that green line right here. Well, actually, it's been recalculated. That's where it broke to begin with. Your check marks are your strongest stocks in the bull zone area, maintaining and continuing to grind up. So all these moving down days have affected some of them, but they're still hanging in there, and that's the ones you want to pay the closest attention to. Like this stock yesterday had a red day, stayed in the bull zone, big day today. Dominoes, third day on this. We broke this out. Well, everybody broke this out back here 4 days ago on the gap up. That's nothing special. So pause the video, get a look at all these stocks. I'm going to get this last list up for you. And we'll have some more tomorrow. And maybe tomorrow we'll start, if we get a move upward, we may start getting a lot more stocks showing up and may get some follow through the market. We've got to get back through the 50-day. We're still stuck in this area we were looking at earlier. We did have a nice bounce today. We can see continue to consolidate, and once we ever get out of this area, the overall market will start moving, which can give momentum, of course, to all the stocks that are moving up. But you can take your trades accordingly. I don't think the market is affecting your stocks. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're here, and follow us on Twitter, and follow us on StockTwitch, and go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 charting, and you can learn more about our STS pivot system charting package. Thanks for watching. This is a tutorial on our recap sheet. What you will see here is this column here is the weekly list. It's at the beginning on the weekly bear and bull breaks, the daily bull breaks and bears, depending on which one we're looking at, and then you will have 5 days following. First day, second, third, fourth, fifth. So what's here today will be here tomorrow. We'll shift over to here, then to here, then to here. So you got 5 days you can go back and look. The price here, you got the bull zone trigger price, 36.80. This is the price of the profit since this alert. This is the net change on the stock for today. So tomorrow when this shifts over here, this number will be the same where we triggered it at. That number will stay in here for 4 days. The profit will be shown based on the current price of the stock in the day compared to this price on the alert. Like for instance on this stock, $3.48 profit from this break based on this close price, up 92 cents today. This number is the profit at the high since we alerted it. It's the most profitable it's been. It got up to $4.27 profit, pull back, closed at $3.48. As you go on over, like this stock here, SMTC, this was the break. This is the profit so far since the first day, $5.61 4 days later, and at the peak it was $6.31 profit. That's what these columns mean. The next part you'll find is this yellow line. It represents what I'm going to show you over here in just a moment, momentum. It can be on a bull or bear chart. And then trend stability, if it's green, it represents on the bulls, and the bears will show a red line for trend stability. The last part you'll want to know about, there's these check marks. They represent the bull zone as it progresses higher. Could be the same as yesterday. Down here, this could be the bull zone that's gotten higher and higher and higher as this stock went along, and it means it's still maintaining the bull zone levels. Even the new ones, it's staying above them. This is what the bear grid looks like. Looks the very same. Got the weekly, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So you got a chance to see the stability of the trade. You know if it was up or down today after winning a bear zone the day before. The stability, the momentum, and the bear zone level with the check mark. In the video, we will take this page and we will slide these up and down so you have a chance to pause the video and see every single stock that's in the list. Then we'll move it up where you can see these items, and you can pause the video, and then you can see every single symbol in the list. You can go to your charts and look up what's going on. So that's what's in each one of these grids. The current day, day before, day before, day before, day before. So going back 4 days, you got your weekly there. And all this is right here is something I prepare for myself. I take this day, and this day, combine them into this watch list every day, and that's what I carry forward over to my scanners. And just a quick part about what we mean by these levels changing. This is the bull zone level that the check mark represents, the stock staying above. But the bull zone level when this stock broke out was way down here. This was the first breakout, and then as it recalculated our bull zone, that's what the green check mark means, is it's maintaining momentum. The yellow line represents this line that is our minimum momentum indicator used on down or up trades, and then our bull zone levels where it first broke out. And that's all these mean. Trend stability, this is the line we use here, and we come in and we call it trend stability, and that's what this represents here. This line is solid green rather than dotted. It's something we look at on the lows of the day, not being low enough for us not to qualify for trend stability. So that's all these columns mean. So you'll be able to refer to the strength of the stock, that is maintaining high enough lows to stay trend stable, what the profit is if you're staying above the bull zone. That's how you'll use this, and that's your tutorial on the grids. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, a bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean. You'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50 period moving average, this orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here, and the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started.